Hello everybody and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day as a Fat Person video. My guess of what we're going to see today is going to be takeout for every single meal. So please put your guesses of what you think we're going to see down in the comments below and let's just get into it.
What I ate today as a fatty. Good morning, baddies. This morning we're having hash browns with avocado and cottage cheese.
That's not actually horrendous. The hash browns is just deep fried potato or fried potato. The cottage cheese is really nice. The avocado's great. The only thing I would say is to maybe add something on the side, fruit, veggies, anything on the side, just to make it more filling. Because she's a big girl, she can eat a lot of food. But for someone that's a more kind of healthy weight, probably only have one, and then have more veggies or fruit on the side, and make your breakfast more full like that, and maybe have some eggs or something with it just to add some more protein. That's an animal protein, or some chicken or something like that. Sausages, even like a nice high quality sausage, would probably be better than having two hash browns with the toppings. But overall, it's not actually that bad of a breakfast, and it's certainly not the worst that we've seen from these videos. So let's just see what she has next.
And for today's caffeine, a witch's brew.
The obsession with these Alani drinks from influencers and people online is nuts. I always find it astonishing how many of these big people like to drink energy drinks, because you should be getting your energy from food, but I'm not surprised at all that they're feeling sluggish and slow and not very energized due to the diet that they eat, because their diet is atrocious and you can't get energy from, or proper energy from, foods like McDonald's and Burger King and KFC or whatever else they like to eat. So I'm not surprised that they're feeling like garbage. And this is her breakfast, so we can assume that this is in the morning or recently enough after she's woken up. She shouldn't feel the need to have an energy drink first thing in the morning. Have some water, have a cup of coffee if you need it, but you shouldn't really start your day with an energy drink, in my opinion. And it also kind of implies that her sleep isn't very good, because if she's waking up and feeling the need for an energy drink, maybe she didn't sleep so well, which is why she is tired. And her sleep could be affected by a multitude of things that we can't really guess, but she may have an issue with sleep apnea because her weight is going to be heavy on her chest when she lies down. And also her digestion, because she eats like garbage, so her digestion isn't going to be as effective as it should be, which could disturb her sleep. So if she ate better and more whole foods and more healthy foods, and it wasn't just ultra processed garbage, she probably would sleep better, and she might not feel the need to have so many energy drinks. I mean, she could be addicted to them because so many people are due to the caffeine, but in and of itself, I imagine her food is affecting her sleep, which is affecting her intake of this, which is affecting her sleep, and it's like a vicious cycle. But yeah, I would assume if she ate better, her sleep would improve and she wouldn't feel the need to have so many.
Delicious. Hello? Delicious. For lunch I have lemon caper chicken with green beans. And of course some mermaid water.
The meal itself isn't that bad. It actually looks quite nice. She could add some more green beans or add a different veggie like peas or broccoli or something, or even carrots, just for some colour on the plate. That would be really nice. But overall, that's a really decent dinner, and or decent lunch, and it looks like a fairly normal sized portion as well. This drink, I've been told and informed that these are basically sugar or sugar alternatives plus colourings, which is what I assume them to be. And that's not great. And because she started the morning with an energy drink as well, there's no reason to then have like a non-water water. She'd be much better off starting her day with normal water, clear water that you don't add anything to, and then deciding whether she wants an energy drink later on in the day. But she should drink some plain normal water. The body needs it for a reason, so don't keep bombarding it with chemicals. Just have some water. It's much better for you.
Lunchtime. I stopped at Dutchie's. I got a green tea with strawberry and peach. And
that drink wasn't actually too bad, because green tea is really good for you. I would wonder what the strawberry and the peach are, if they are actually like infused into the tea, or if they are like colours and additives and chemical flavourings. I don't know. but it's takeout, so I can't assume the best. This drink looks terrible. It shouldn't be bright blue like that, so this is obviously very chemical induced, and it's going to be very incredibly artificial. And I went to the cinema recently and I got one of those slushy drinks because I was at the cinema and hadn't been for years, and I thought I may as well. And the first sip I took, I was like, this just tastes like chemicals, because I don't drink things like that and don't eat stuff like that. It was disgusting, so I gave it to my friend. It was horrible and I was really upset. I was so disappointed. But I don't know how people drink that all the time. It was just horrible.
This one's my husband's. It's green tea with blue raspberry, lime, coconut, pineapple, and coconut milk. I really just wanted the mystery pack, so let's see what I got.
That was just sugar, sugar, and sugar.
I'm hoping I get the peach ring or the gummy bear. I got the gum. Okay, I got the Dutch crunch bar. Okay, I hope this is a gummy worm or the peach ring. Oh, no! It's another Dutch bar. So if anybody has one and wants to trade, let me know. For dinner, we have Crumbl.
Crumbl for dinner is crazy. You shouldn't have dessert in place of a meal like this. This is nuts. And Crumbl cookies are so bad for you as well. They're just absolutely packed of calories and sugar and just nastiness that you don't need in your body. Of course, it's not that bad if you're having like one, but she's got a tray of 6, and I think a serving size is like a quarter of a cookie or something nuts. And I think a cookie has got like 700 calories in it, which is also crazy. Actually, let's look that up. Let's see. So this here is some Crumbl cookies calories. I don't know what they're called. I have no idea. I don't even know if we have them here in the UK. But irrespective of that, a normal cookie, just a random one, is 600 to 850 calories. That's crazy. And some of them are higher. So the classic chocolate chip is at 720, whilst ones like the candy cane brownie are over 1200 calories. For a cookie, a dessert, is 1200 calories. That's insane. You could have 2.5 meals for that. That's some people's almost their daily intake of calories. That's nuts. And if you're having one cookie and you don't realise that it's got 1200 calories in it, that's going to blow you way over your maintenance and you're going to gain weight. Of course, if you're only eating them once a day, or not once a day, once a month or once a week, they're not that bad if you kind of calculate it in. But that's just terrible. And I don't know if people give these to children and stuff, but children can obviously eat less calories than us adults because they're smaller. So if a child is eating something like this at 700 calories, that can be half of their intake quite easily. And you don't want a chunky child because it's no fun for them, because they're probably going to get bullied at school. I say that from experience. But yeah, should we look at the sugar as well? 50 to 80 grams of sugar per cookie. That's more than your daily intake. They're just terrible for you. They're just awful. But anyway, let's get back to what she's doing and see how much she has.
I don't really like peanut butter. It's good though.
They don't even look very nice. They just look underbaked, and the frosting looks really lethargic. And they just don't look very nice as cookies. And I bake a lot of cookies and mine look good and they taste good, and they're nowhere near as big as that. They're not going to be 800 calories either. So you can enjoy them and not just gain a load of weight.
Really, I really don't like maple syrup.
Then don't eat it, babe. Like, you don't have to try it.
No.
You just don't.
So now I just cut them and I'm going to put it in the freezer. So when you want a cookie later, you have one.
That's not a bad idea. I tend to freeze cookie dough, so when I bake them, if I end up making a batch of, say, 30 cookies, I don't want to bake 30 cookies because I'm a single person, and even when I shared with colleagues, they wouldn't eat 30 cookies. So I would bake maybe 10 and give some away to some local family or take them into work, but I would keep maybe 2 or 3 for myself. And then the rest of the dough balls would go in the freezer. It's a really good way of storing them long term, and they bake up really, really nicely. I've never frozen actually like baked cookies, but I'm sure it's the same principle and it is like fine. And she has cut them into portion sizes, but even so, that's still probably 200 calories for a tiny little corner of a cookie. I wouldn't be happy with that. I want the whole cookie. That's why I make them small and not with 50 grams of sugar in.
Hi guys.
But anyway, we're going to move on to Diamond, our favourite. And let's see what she's up to. And we're off to a bad start.
Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. Remember, I'm fat and I don't eat healthy. Today for breakfast.
That's her starting phrase. I think I've said before, but it's so sad. And it's just like she actively acknowledges that she's not eating healthily and that she's overweight or, well, she's fat in her words. It's like, why would you just do that to yourself? It's no fun to live like that, and you cannot tell me that she doesn't want to be at least healthier, not necessarily thinner or anything, but being fat, in her words, will impact her life quite drastically. So she'll struggle to do things that normal weight people can achieve quite easily. And the fact that she says, oh, and I don't eat healthy, she says it as kind of like it's a joke, but it's not a joke. It will catch up with her if she continues to eat garbage like she does. Whether that's diabetes, diabetic retinopathy when she goes blind, losing a foot to diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, kidney damage, liver damage. There are so many things that can go wrong when your body is under the strain of too much weight and you're eating like trash. And even things like, on the extreme end, things like cancer. They can be impacted by your weight because adipose tissue is hormonally active. Adipose tissue or fat tissue releases hormones. One of the hormones that it releases is estrogen or estrogen. Well, we call it estrogen, and that impacts the female reproductive system, which is why severely overweight women are more at risk of ovarian cancer and uterine cancer, because it affects the hormones. So she needs to get a grip, and in the harshest of terms I'm going to use, she does need to get a grip of herself and change her life around if she doesn't want to suffer these health consequences very soon, because she will. She won't avoid them. Nobody can. You can't avoid your health declining if you treat it like a garbage disposal for 35 years. It won't tolerate it, and it will break down, and it will not be any fun. And when you're lying in a hospital bed with diabetes and you're going blind and you're losing a foot, you might think to yourself, oh, if only I'd have not eaten all that McDonald's. Maybe I should have had some fruit instead. And I can't even fathom how terrible that would be to think that. It's just awful. It's awful even to conceptualize it now as somebody who isn't going through any of that and doesn't have diabetes, isn't pre-diabetic, isn't at risk of losing a foot from diabetes or poor health. Just to even think that some of these people that we're watching and enjoying the videos from may suffer something like that because they cannot get to grips with their eating habits is just terrible. It's just so sad.
First, I went to McDonald's and I got myself a chicken biscuit. Y'all already know if I'm having a chicken biscuit, I'm stuffing it with some grape jelly. For the bev, I ordered myself a French vanilla iced coffee with extra ice, add whipped...
Diamond! Oh my goodness me. That's not a coffee. That's a milkshake. That's a milkshake with some coffee maybe added into it. There's no way she tastes the coffee in that. When you drink that, she must taste sugar and sugar and sugar and sugar. That can't... How is that even nice? I would be bouncing off the roof with that and then probably sick.
Cream and a caramel drizzle, and it was literally so freaking good. To whoever made that coffee for me this morning, I hope they are blessed with nothing but blessings in this lifetime. Today for lunch, I'm having Pizza Hut. I ordered myself the chicken bacon ranch melt, and for my side, I got fries.
How much money do you think Diamond spends on this kind of trash? Because she's had McDonald's, let's say that was $10 between the chicken burger thing and the coffee. Both terrible choices. And now she's having takeout again, so she's having Pizza Hut. How much do you think that Pizza Hut is? $15 maybe? So we're at to say $25 of food in one day. All of the food is trash. It's not even real food. And she's had nothing of substance. She's had not a single vegetable, not a single piece of fruit, not a single piece of real kind of clean protein, a clean carb that's not slathered in oil and grease.
To ask out a fun but deeper question for today's question of the day, so here it goes. If you're really listening to this video right now, do me a favor, go to the comments and let me know one thing that your parents told you when you were younger that turned out to be a lie. I remember my parents...
That it's illegal to turn the light on in the car when you're driving at nighttime. But again, more fat and calories and carbs. It looks tasty. It looks much better than what she had before. and she'll probably feel better for eating something like this because it isn't as bad. It's not full of oil. But this is a lot of chips. If she's sharing it with somebody, okay. But if she's having all of this on her own, that's just crazy.
It's telling me and my brother that using the light inside of the car or the truck was like illegal. And if a cup...
See, she was told the same thing as me. All of our parents lied about the same stuff. But that's an enormous portion of chips, and it's an enormous portion of the salad things as well. And they're very creamy. This one looks kind of avocado-y, so this one could be like guacamole, which is fine. Still very, very high in calories, mind. And then this one does look, as I said, more creamy or mayo-y. So again, very, very high in calories. Probably 700 calories here minimum.
Saw you with the light on the inside of your vehicle, they would pull you over. If your parents told you the same thing, raise your hand in the comments. Tonight for dinner, I'm having leftovers from yesterday, which was corn dip and guacamole.
Leftovers, so I'm assuming she didn't make this. I assume this is again then takeout that she got from somewhere else.
I used my air fryer to turn some tortillas into tortilla chips, and I love the way that they came out. They were so...
Some tortillas, that was a lot of tortillas. That was a lot of tortillas. Where is it? Where is the video? That's some tortillas. Oh, Diamond. Would you eat, say, I don't know, how many is that? 5 or 6 wraps in a go? Would you do that? Because that's just greedy. And I don't like to say the word greedy because it's got such negative connotations to it, but that's greedy. You don't need that many. That's just... Oh, goodness me. She could have had, instead of this many tortilla chips, maybe have 1 or 2 tortillas into tortilla chips, and then have the rest of it veggie sticks. Because you'd get the crunch, you get more flavour because it's vegetables, and you also get some nutrients and vitamins rather than straight carbs. Oh my god. So stressful to watch Diamond eat sometimes. Her diet is just terrible.
Into tortilla chips, and I love the way that they came out. They were so crunchy. Does anybody else's boyfriend leave like the smallest amount inside of a big box?
Babe, that's not a small amount. That's like 3 portions of cereal. Oh my god. The smallest amount.
Anyways, the last thing that I'm having for the day is some Frosted Flake cereal.
That's insane. That's so many calories and so many empty carbs. That's just... Oh my goodness me. That's not a single portion. There's no way. That's probably 2-3 portions of cereal. And she's had that after eating fast food 3 times in the day. So she had McDonald's for breakfast, then she had Pizza Hut, then she had her leftovers from wherever, and now she's had cereal. Not a single piece of fruit, not a single vegetable, nothing. She didn't cook anything. Other than tortilla chips, which she heated up in the air fryer, but that is not cooking, that's heating up. That's crazy. She must feel like absolute garbage. And her health problems will catch up with her real quick if she doesn't make a change.
Some whole milk, but like I always tell y'all, that's enough about me. What did you eat today? Let me know in the comments. Bye.
You guys are gonna come for me and be extremely unimpressed with this one.
Another one starting with McDonald's for breakfast. Oh my god. It's just the fact that they get up out of bed and rather than go to the kitchen and get some water, make a cup of tea and maybe have some toast or an omelette or something, their first thought when they wake up in the morning is, let's get some McDonald's. That is addiction to me because I cannot fathom anything worse than waking up and eating a greasy McDonald's that has no flavour to it whatsoever.
But
do you think they went out and bought it as well, or do you think they DoorDashed it and paid more money for that? I reckon they DoorDashed it because she looks like she's still in her pyjamas. Unless she went out in her pyjamas. I reckon she DoorDashed it. That's crazy.
Here's what I ate on Sunday, and I was too scared to post it. And now I'm sick with COVID, so that's why I sound all fucked up.
If you're sick, I know she said that she filmed this before, but if you're sick, don't eat shit like this. It's just no good for you. Eat some real food. You probably won't get sick so often.
But I got McDonald's and a hot coffee from the gas station. About halfway through the McDonald's, I felt like a disgusting slob, and I took off the bagel.
There's no reason to feel like a disgusting slob, but the food is trash for you, and taking off the bagel isn't going to undo the grease and the fat and the carbs and everything else in the really poor meat and the eggs and the cheese and whatever else was in it. So it's good that she didn't eat all of it if she didn't want it, but also it's still bad for you. She made it better, but it's still bad for you.
And yeah, then we threw that away. I had a hard-boiled egg as a snack at some point during my day.
Delicious hard-boiled eggs are a phenomenal snack.
At this point, I am 9 days sober without a drink. And then I had the Diet Coke that I had stashed from breakfast.
Are Diet Cokes sugar-free? I don't think they are they? Or are they the ones that use aspartame? The fake sweetener. Either way, it's not that good for you. But it is better than a full sugar Coke, so I will give it that. And I'm glad that she didn't have that for breakfast. That's crazy. You shouldn't have something like a Diet Coke, especially a McDonald's one, for breakfast. That's nuts.
Oh, excuse me. And I had a freaking beef pot pie with a piece of buttered bread.
What is it with people eating pie and bread? Like, carbs and carbs and carbs and carbs. There's not, like, proper vegetables in it. It's obviously got some veggies in the pie. Like, there's a piece of carrot and there's a pea. But it's not enough veggies to either make yourself feel full or to do any good for you. So just have some vegetables. Get rid of the bread and have veggies instead.
And beef pot pie with a piece of buttered bread. Yes, super healthy queen. Healthy choices were made.
Thing is, though, I say get rid of the bread. The thing is, if she'd have had, because she's a big girl, she can eat a lot of food. If she'd have had the pie, which does look really lethargic and anemic, it doesn't look very nice. If she'd have had the pie and she wanted the bread, because I know some people and their bread, why not? And this plate is huge as well. First of all, use a smaller plate. It'll make you feel like you're eating more food. And fill this, all of it, with a massive bed of like cabbage and lettuce and everything else. Just all the veggies you can think of. Make a massive mound of it. Then put your pie and your bread on. And I can guarantee to you that if you kind of eat the veggies and eat the pie and eat the veggies and kind of mix it up and don't just go straight for the pie and the bread, you'll get to a point where your plate has still got food on it, still got veggies on it, and you'll be so full that you don't want to eat anymore. And you probably won't even get to the bread. And if you did that consistently, you will soon learn not to need the carbs and the carbs and the carbs. You will just eat the vegetables and you'll be quite content with it. That's how I trained myself to not obsess over things like bread. You just need to bulk up your food with stuff that's good for you, like veggies.
And beef pot pie with a piece of buttered bread. Yes, super healthy queen. Healthy choices were made. Beige. And then like 30 minutes left before I couldn't purchase alcohol, I fucked up my sobriety.
I hope my government agent is happy.
What is that? It's a massive cut.
Alcohol, I fucked up my sobriety.
I hope my government agent is happy.
Here's what
I don't know what she means by that at the end. She lost me there. But yeah, she had not a great day. But I do wish her well in her sobriety journey. Yeah, that sounds rough. But anyway, we're going to move on to this lady, Auntie Kale, and we've seen some of her videos before, and she, much like Diamond, eats terribly. So let's see what we're starting with. Looks like Wendy's, which is not great.
As a fat girl who eats whatever feels right for me, if you don't want to watch a fat girl eat, here's your chance to keep scrolling. For breakfast, I made an egg scramble. I added some sausage, eggs, potatoes.
That's not actually that bad. That's actually quite good, to be honest. If the ratios look slightly off, so maybe have less potatoes. You can still include the potatoes. Potatoes are great. Have less potatoes, more eggs, more peppers, more onions, maybe less cheese. And then you can have the sausage and you can have the hot sauce. You can still have meals like this. You just need to be careful with the ratios and how much of each thing you're having. Because they're tasty, they're fine, there's nothing wrong with them. But when you're having them with primarily potatoes and primarily cheese, that's where things go wrong.
Those peppers, onions, and cheese, and then some Taco Bell hot sauce. This was so good, honestly, and the potatoes made it so filling.
I'm not surprised. Potatoes are filling and that did look good. But she did seem to have quite a lot of potato in there. But I'm going to give her a pass because she actually cooked it by the looks of things. Is that a paper plate? It's irrelevant. But cooking it is really good as well because you can control it a lot more. And it's got a nice source of carbs from the potatoes and the little veggies. It's got a fat source from the sausages and the cheese, depending on what type of cheese you used. And the eggs are a good protein source as well as the sausage, obviously. So yeah, it's not actually that bad.
Potatoes made it so filling. At Walmart, I found these crispy bread things. They are so satisfying. Added some cream cheese and everything bagel seasoning. The crunch on
the bread thing, cracker thing, isn't going to be what is satisfying. It's going to be the mountain of cream cheese that she's added to it, because that is a lot of cream cheese. That's a lot of cream cheese. So that's going to be, what, 200 calories, easy. Probably 400. And the drink thing, you can never really tell with these, but they're not the best. But if she's only having one a day, it's not a problem.
On these, 10 out of 10. And I've been on a matcha kick lately, so you know I had to make a matcha latte with almond milk. One of my favorite things to get from Wendy's is their chili. I do not care if it is reused hamburgers. It is delicious. And
Chili doesn't look that bad. Obviously, I don't know how they cook it, and it is takeout, so it's probably got oil and stuff in it. But it doesn't actually look horrendous, and it's probably a better choice out of everything else. It's not a burger, and it's not completely slathered in grease and oil. So it's not that bad, and beans are good for you. They're a nice source of protein, nice source of fibre. And yeah, it's not horrendous.
And then I never had this before, but they had a grilled chicken wrap. It was
That is 2 meals. The chili is a meal, and the wrap is a meal. You don't need both. Have one or the other.
okay, but like it wasn't really anything special. It wasn't very flavorful, honestly.
I wonder if she thinks stuff like this isn't flavourful because she's so addicted to the ultra processed like McDonald's and stuff, and the salt. I imagine that hasn't got much salt in it, or not much sodium, and the taste buds kind of are reacting to that, because it does look kind of bland. I'm not gonna lie, that chicken doesn't look very seasoned. But she made the breakfast this morning. She added hot sauce. Why not have just bought this grilled chicken wrap, because it's grilled chicken as well. It's fantastic. Why not buy this and then add in a hot sauce, or add in carrot sticks or something like that? You can do that. You can buy something like this that is more relatively healthy, and add stuff to make it more to your taste. You don't have to just eat it as it is if you don't like it, or if it's not flavorful enough. And also, you can make this at home so easily. So just do that instead. You don't have to go out for takeout all the time. And if you're going out for takeout because you can't make something like this, there are so many tutorials online that will show you. It's very, very straightforward. And I promise that you'll feel better for eating something like this that you make at home than you will if you get it from Wendy's or McDonald's or anything like that. I promise you. Because you'll make it nicer. You won't make it with just fat, grease and oil. And you can customize it, you can season it properly and all that kind of good stuff. So just cook at home. I know it can be expensive, but this is expensive.
I'm dry. And my favorite pastime is seasoning the floorboards. Then I had a little sweet tooth, and
Is that a Crumbl cookie?
I was thinking about Crumbl. So we had these snickerdoodle cookies, and I added some cream cheese and some...
She added to a Crumbl cookie. She added sugar to a Crumbl cookie. Oh my god. That's what, 1,000 calories? Based on what we looked at earlier, that's probably 1,000 calories of cookie right there after eating takeout, once, having 2 takeout meals, and then she had a Crumbl cookie at 1,000 calories and probably 70 grams of sugar. Good lord. She's probably eaten 3,000 calories minimum on this day. No wonder she's a big girl.
Like cooked down strawberries on it. It was really good and...
Do you mean jam?
Definitely satisfied my craving.
Well, I'm glad for that, but anyway, this is what I ate on the day before I filmed this video. So, we've got an apple, and this is my breakfast, and we've got another sandwich because I do enjoy a sandwich. So we've got tuna and sweet corn salad-y thing, so it's like tuna, sweet corn and tomato mixed with a little bit of salt, pepper and a tiny little bit of mustard. And then we've got lettuce with tomatoes, cucumber, and did I add cheese? No, I don't think I did today. So yeah, tuna salad, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, and then we've got the apple, and this was really nice. I had this maybe at 12 o'clock. Yeah, I just got a photo for you because I didn't know about the video. And it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And then this was my dinner. I only ate twice that day, or yesterday, because I had this veggie pie, which was really tasty actually. And then I had peppers, carrots, and lots of broccoli and peas, and that was my dinner. And I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, when you eat in bulk and you eat in high protein, or just high volume in general, then you don't really feel the need to snack. And I was relatively low in protein this day because I wasn't doing anything and I didn't feel like it, and I'd run out of eggs. But yeah, I was still full, still happy, content in what I ate, and it made me feel good. So yeah, just thought I would share that with you guys after this disaster of a video. But yeah, thank you for watching if you've made it this far. I hope to see you in the next one. Please let me know down in the comments what you did like, what you didn't like, and yeah, if you have any thoughts on what these people ate. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.